Just let me know when we're live with this.
Yes, I'll point at you. Hey, they're about to talk about us. Mulberry Creek.
Really?
Just announced us for George Street.
Welcome to the Mulberry Creek Hour. We're just about to go live on CHMR, and look who's here. Oh my gosh, can't
10 seconds.
even. Sounds a lot like Kevin. Can't even. Kevin Evans, can't even. It sort of rhymes. We should write a song about that. We're just about to go. They're just.
He's the evil twin, that's all right.
2 seconds.
Welcome to the Mulberry Creek Hour. It is sometime on Tuesday. I'm Vicki Morgan. I'm joined in the studio today, of course, by my producer, Josh Morgan. Josh, say hey.
Hello.
And, man, oh man, stay right where you are. We got Kevin Evans in the studio. Man, it's going to be friggin' wicked. Josh, what are we going to do to kick off the show? What do you think?
You know what? This is a seat of our pants operation.
We only got Kevin for a little while because he's on his way, literally on his way to a gig downtown, so we're going to get right to it. Kevin Evans, how the hell are you, buddy?
I'm good. You don't have to, break your neck or anything getting going. If I'm late downtown to Broderick's new pub, I don't think they're even going to notice.
They'll keep drinking for a few minutes while they wait for you, right?
Oh, well, man, Broderick's. Congratulations to the whole team that got Broderick's on George open. So Broderick's, of course, started off down on Water Street. It was the best, I'm going to say, without question. Absolutely the best pub downtown. I absolutely loved it. The people I would run into down there on a regular basis absolutely loved it. And then they were shut down.
There may have been a few tears.
New Year's Day was a sad day. It was my son's birthday. He turned 12. And then it was like, oh, celebrate cake. And then it was like, Broderick shut down. They're not, but don't worry, they're going to open up on St. Patrick's Day. And of course, that's my favorite day of the year. And it's better than Christmas, better than birthdays, all of it. Anniversaries.
Good to know.
This is my favorite.
She's all about
because
driving
there's no
snakes.
pressure. There's no pressure on St. Patrick's Day to get the special dinner or get everything just so perfect. It's just a fun day, and so I don't feel all the anxiety I have the other days. Yeah. And then, of course, what was the date? What's the official date that they opened? I don't even remember. I know it was this weekend.
23rd, 24th, something like that.
Spectacular.
Friday.
What a spot. The space, the sound, the food. My God, we ate till our faces exploded. It was amazing. And, of course, Kevin was playing with Darcy. Now, of course, if you're new to the show, or if you just crawl out from under a rock, Kevin Evans, what a lengthy musical history you've had. When did you start playing, Kevin? What was the first time something came out of you that was melodic?
What time is it? No, only kidding. I started playing quite young. Probably around, I think I played my first pub gig. I was 12, 13.
God.
Yeah, wow. I looked older. I had one of the hair is gone off the top of my head now, but it was on my face when I was about 12.
No
Nice.
way.
Yeah, so I could pass for 14. I think.
No.
And seeing as the drinking age in my hometown in Ireland was, 5'2", I was upset.
Oh my gosh, man! Our kids would be massive over in Ireland, wouldn't they?
Yeah, that's right.
They got the American. Where they put manure in your shoes and you just shoot right up. So our 12-year-old is 6 feet tall now and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, and we got the little mustache coming in. It's adorable. It's adorable. So what are we going to do on the show today? I'm beside myself. I'm so thrilled. So Kevin Evans just came off a tour with the Irish Rovers. Now you might remember I can't believe how choked up I am about this song. My Uncle Freeman, who is the nicest person on the planet, used to sing to my mom. It was his older brother, and used to sing the Unicorn Tour. Oh, yeah. So I grew up, and we just played it there a couple of minutes ago just to have it queued up, and I just got all choked up because it's just such a iconic. It's such a massive song, such a sweet little tune, and it's nice to sing to the kids, and the kids get involved. And I mean, when people play it, they get the kids up dancing and there's all kinds of little hand motions and all that stuff, and it's just spectacular. So when you're on tour with the Irish Rovers, I'm sure they still have staples in the lineup. I know they have brand new stuff they're putting out, but
they've had a
many
good run on here. I mean, probably their top three would be the Unicorn.
Yeah.
And then they would have had Wasn't That a Party?
Yeah.
That was huge.
Massive.
And they had a Christmas hit, Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. Yeah. And many, many more. But, I think those would probably be the three big
Black Velvet Band was another big one.
Yeah, for sure.
The songs that you hear, you can't walk down Water Street or George Street now without hearing these songs just eking into the
in stereo as you walk down George Street coming from one side.
They're still massive. They're still massive. So what's it like to play? I mean, you've got a long history yourself. What is it like to play? So I'll give you some contrast, okay? Just yesterday, the George Street Association announced the lineup for the summer concert series. And we're on it. God bless the George Street Association and Donnie Cody. It's awesome, and we got the Relics. Can you say they're opening if they play first?
We're playing with the Relics.
We're playing with the Relics. So they go on first, and then we go at 7:30. And someone commented I never heard of any of these people. So then on the opposite end, you go on tour with a band where everybody, they don't even realize they know the words, and you start playing the song. Like, what is that like to have an audience just
singing the whole
set?
Yeah,
it's a lovely feeling, especially a lovely feeling for, as you mentioned. I mean, I was the new guy, but I mean, how lovely was it, for the Millers, to have that happening. And funnily enough, just to give you a slight bit of just how popular they still are, was they were nominated this year for Canadian Folk Music Awards for Single of the Year with a brand new song called Hey Boy Sing Us a Song.
No,
that's this year.
That's great.
Yeah,
So how much new music is coming out of the Irish Rovers?
Nothing but new music.
No
way. The last three albums, which were recorded kind of over COVID, it's all original material. George Miller is a songwriting machine. I mean, it's amazing to see his output.
Yeah.
My output as a songwriter would be nowhere. I mean, not even in the same ballpark. I mean, he can write a song on a dime, but he writes in a not even a traditional kind of a way, though he does. But he just wrote a song a little while back called "Down at the White Horse Inn," which is very reminiscent of the style of "Those Were the Days." That kind of a song. Yeah. So it's out of sort of the Irish norm, but he's had it the whole time. Amazing,
Oh man, that I can't even imagine. Like that's just talent. Like just to be around that kind of talent and energy must be absolutely spectacular. And of course, what am I saying? I'm sitting right next to Kevin Evans.
Well, I'm sure they felt the same way about me.
I'm sure they were like, Kevin Evans is joining us, because I know when you announced it that you were joining the Irish Rovers on tour. And so, how did that happen? How did you end up a touring member of the Irish Rovers?
Let's see. I've been playing with them. I mean, we've all known each other for years. My other band, Evans and Doherty. I mean, Brian and I have known Will, George, all through. Not as far back as the boys started, like in 63. So, I mean, I was barely out of diapers at that point. Close, but but and know each other. We be on tour the odd time that we'd cross paths, or we'd be at the same festival, so we knew each other fairly well. And it had been sort of suggested to me a number of years ago, would I be interested in joining, And as it was, Evans and Doherty, who still tour, in fact we just got back from Ireland last week, is a going concern. So we figured it out, as long as we can fit the Rovers and Evans and Doherty into the same sort of sandwich, once or twice a year, it'll work. And as it was, March kind of, again, there was stuff that was COVID related in the sense of, we had shifted some stuff, and so February, March into April, I was able to do the tour with the lads, and then, of course, fully fledged member now as opposed to just touring with them, so that's great.
Right there on the Wikipedia page and everything.
I saw that. It must be true. And trust me, I went nowhere near the Wikipedia page.
I find that inspiring, as like we have a few gigs coming this summer, and Mulberry Creek's been doing it's astounding to me that anybody lets me play in front of anybody, because I played in kitchen party, at relatives' houses for such a long time. But what I'm hearing from that is that if you're in the area, like if you're in the same vicinity of the people that you look up to and admire, anything's possible. So maybe I'm not going to open for, I don't know, Alan Doyle this year on George Street, but we're on the same stage.
One step closer.
We're a few days apart, and that, I mean, he's only like 50 something, so you never know, right?
That's right.
Like, I'm nowhere near Kendall Carson. I absolutely adore Corey Tedford, the whole band. But what I'm getting from that is you just do your own thing. You follow your own path, and then who knows what's going to happen down the road.
I've always, and still do, I have great respect for anyone who gets in front of people singing a song. I really do, Not that it's overly hard, and not that it's overly complicated. It's just, if you get up there and it sounds good and you're entertaining people, it's all part of the maelstrom, it's the glue that holds it all together. So get out there.
I feel like it's a different language, and when you I don't think everybody wants to do it, which is like, well, I'm not as good as this one or whatever it is. But I don't think everybody's called to perform. Not everybody wants to learn the language.
Some people just want to be entertained.
Some people are more than happy to sing along. Other people want to write the music and produce in the back room and, work all the buttons and the boards and stuff. But just it's such a like I just can't imagine not having that bone in my body where I want to perform and
there's
sing.
lots of layers to performing, you
Absolutely.
know, and to getting a song out there, and as you mentioned, the engineers and the producers, and then the people who actually write the songs, and then the people who actually play and sing the songs. It could be a happy team.
There's a lot of cogs in the wheel.
Oh yeah,
there really is a lot to make it happen, and it's a beautiful.
There sure is.
And I know there was 9 members touring this time with the Irish Rovers, and just from this goes back to my high school days. Of course, Josh and I are just a duo, so we don't have a massive sound when we're together. But I know in concert band back in high school, that having that many people playing the same music, even when you're doing harmonic stuff, and you're not playing the same as the guy next to you. That sound that you just get filled with when you're playing with more than one person. I know Mike Hanrahan said to me one time, when you add even a third person, the music becomes such a different entity. It really does. And to have 9 on stage, I mean, that must have just been so
The thing
amazing.
that's very interesting about the Irish Rovers, musically, is you had the Clancy brothers, which were very much, Clancy brothers and Tommy Aiken, very much a vocal band, very much. They had instruments, but they were very much a vocal band.
Yep.
And then you have like a band called the Kilfenora Cayley Band, and that's really trad, what we call Cayley music, dance with you. The Irish Rovers have both that. They have the big singers with the songs, and they have all these, world champion players. In fact, I think 2 of them actually played with the Kilfenora Cayley Band, which is probably the most famous Cayley band in Ireland. But they have both. So it's an amazing combination of song and tune. It's something else. And you're right, when you're up there and
even just you and Darcy the other day was like, man, the 2 guitars and the 2 voices together, it lifts you up, take you somewhere else. It's almost
sickening to see how easy it is, because you're not even looking, and the diddly did up and down the neck, and the harmony is just looks so easy when you guys do it.
Well,
it's not.
It's we've been at it so long that it's like anything, it comes naturally.
Yeah. Eventually.
Eventually, yeah. And it has built on what you've done previous. Like
right.
Tomorrow's gig is a culmination of, everything up to today.
Absolutely.
Now
Absolutely.
It's tomorrow.
Yep.
So it's and we've worked. We've worked on the sound of both our vocals and the sound of just using at both Evans Doherty and Broderick and Evans. We've worked on the sound of our instruments as well to make them as full as possible. Like there's a lot of beef there, without having to do a lot of volume there.
Right.
So
it's beautiful. I'm starstruck. I feel I'm forgetting I'm doing a radio show here, actually, because it's like I gotta do this and this and this. Okay, how about, I know people are watching this going, they're sitting down with the guitars, Kevin's going to play. Like, I know people are watching just dying to hear something from Kevin Evans. I would be. I am right now. So let's do a song, and I know you have a gig to get to, so what would you like to play? Kevin, what do you enjoy playing?
Well, I was inspired, and one of my idols was a fellow by the name of Tom Paxton, who wrote so many songs, and I learned a lot of my picking technique watching Paxton, and I've had the luxury and the good luck of playing with a lot of my idols over the years, and I actually got to do a couple of tours with Tom Paxton, and it was like tour with Baker Clancy. I'd be on stage playing away, and the boys are doing their magic, Paxton's doing his magic, and all of a sudden I'd be back there, and I would think to myself, oh my God, that's Tom Paxton, and meaning it.
Yeah,
the little shiver would go, and to this day it happens, I gotta say. But I'll do a Paxton tune.
Absolutely.
The Last Thing on My Mind, I'll do that one.
Awesome.
It's a lesson too late for the learning, made of sand, in the wink of an eye my soul is turning, in your hand, you probably know the chorus. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? I couldn't love you better, I didn't mean to be unkind. You know it was the last thing on my mind. You had a reason aplenty for going. This I know, this I know. And the weeds had been steadily growing. Please don't go, please don't go. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? I couldn't love you better, I didn't mean to be unkind. You know it was the last thing on my mind. As I lie in my bed in the morning, without you, without you. Every song in my heart, it dies a mourning. Without you, without you. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? I couldn't love you better, I didn't mean to be unkind. You know it was the last thing on my mind. Yes, you know it was the last thing on my mind. Yay!
This is my little PSA for playing bands is one thing, but getting a radio show is also a way to sit next to your heroes. Oh, I just can't even. Which sounds a lot like Kevin Evans. If you haven't noticed, can't even.
Let's do a real quick station identification.
Absolutely, we'll come right back. Oh my God, Kevin is gorgeous.
Okay, we're back in a minute.
It's funny when it resonates right in the chest bone, like just, I don't know, all that spiritual stuff, the chakras and all that stuff, and it resonates right from the...
Wow.
Do you have anything before
Gorgeous.
we finish up? Do you have anything that you want to plug? Any shows or?
Well, the ship tomorrow night, I suppose,
Okay,
and of
yeah,
course,
that's right, that's
Broderick's every Tuesday and
Every
Sunday.
Tuesday and Sunday.
You get me and Darcy chicken
It's
dinner,
Sunday
you know.
dinner.
So
Man, that's fantastic.
Man,
And
have you had any of the food there since they opened?
yeah,
Oh,
I know.
So good. We got 15 seconds.
what time is
Yeah.
it?
It is 5:23.
Shit balls. Kevin, thanks for doing this.
Oh, this
We'll
is
get you a
great.
shirt.
This is great.
We'll do a whole presentation there.
Woo!
Oh, so we actually usually do mugs. We usually do mugs, and we're all out. We got it. Welcome back to the Mulberry Creek Hour. I'm Vicki Morgan, and if you're still reeling from that, it's because you just listened to Kevin Evans live in the studio, and I'm just about on the floor here, ready to be mopped up. What an experience to be in CHMR studio here in St. John's, Newfoundland, and be able to host and invite people that I want to sit next to is almost vulgar. How lucky I am, like that people put a microphone in front of me and I get to have this massive power to
It's pretty fantastic.
invite my friends over. It's amazing. And
Well, it's an old adage, and I know it's been said many times, but it is an honor to be asked.
Oh,
No, it's true. To be asked to go on the radio, it's an honor. It's great.
We've talked to people that are musicians and to varying degrees of how much they play around town and around the province and stuff, and sometimes it's like they don't want to
they're too
come to it and they'll be like, oh yeah, definitely, that sounds amazing. Like that's okay.
Oh, yeah.
Gorgeous.
Everybody likes to chat about their passion, right?
Oh,
honor of my life.
Well, it's nice.
Absolutely, the honor of my life to be able to give a platform, to have it. So if someone's got a new CD coming out or new shows
Right.
or whatever, touring, it's so amazing to share in what we do and to be able to be in the industry and say, yeah, we got gigs too, and it's like there's a camaraderie. And I find the music group, like the family here in Newfoundland, has been so welcoming to us. And we came late to the show. I played privately for a long time, but when we started playing out, it's been such a warm welcome, and people have been so great to us. And to look, I know I did a gig one night at O'Reilly's, and I looked, and someone said, "Do you know that's Kevin Evans?" And
I was there that night. I remember that.
That was, yeah,
Just about died, like, oh my God.
I thought it was great. You were emceeing that night.
The pressure, but it was like, ah.
I don't know. Anyway.
It's funny, and of course it comes along with, I was thinking today, like I try not to do a ton of research because it's a little intimidating when you look at somebody's discography and who they've toured with and stuff. It can get a little, like I can get in my head a little bit. I can say with like all honesty, Kevin is a face that I love to see anywhere we go. He's just a nice person. So yes, I'm going to embarrass myself later when I realize and look through all the stuff you've done and who I've sent things to. But you're just a nice friggin' guy.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is, that's in the past. This is right now. This is what we're doing.
And that's it.
So speaking of, where can people go to see Kevin's lovely face and hear his lovely voice?
Well, if anybody wants to send me, send me your address. I'll come to your house.
Come right to your house.
No, I'm doing the ship tomorrow night.
Yes,
but I haven't done the ship in a long time. I don't remember the last time I did. Well, I do actually. I did it with the 7 Deadly Sons because I played with that.
How long ago was that?
That's not too long ago, last year.
Kelly Russell?
Yeah.
In that? Yeah.
And Daryl and Jason and Adam, Graham Wells.
Graham Wells, yeah.
Graham.
I knew exactly who you meant when you did that. Graham Wells, yeah. Graham.
Hey. No, so that was the last time. Yeah. So tomorrow night I'm there with Mr. Rick Barron, world-class talent.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And
he's amazing.
I play banjo is actually my first instrument.
No way.
And he is like probably one of the top 3 banjo players in the world. Like Rick is amazing, and he's from here.
Yeah.
I grew up. I'm from North Carolina, from the mountains, and like I grew up listening to banjo music and bluegrass and gospel music in my grandparents' little tiny church up in the mountains. And hearing when I started listening to Irish music when I got older, that like it was not really a traditional instrument over there, and it kind of came from people from where I'm from, kind of taking the banjo over there and sharing it, and then it became a thing in Irish music. It's like such a nice connection to me to have like my childhood and
plus a lot of the songs that would have come up through the Appalachians would have come up from Ireland, Scotland, England, Wales. The origin of the word hillbilly. Do you know what the origin?
No,
is?
I don't think so. I've heard it a million times in my life.
This of course, but I mean, and I'm not saying it as a slur. It's just you guys know what it's just.
Sure.
It denotes somebody, but when a lot of the miners came over from Ireland, and especially Northern Ireland, working their way up through the Appalachians and the coal, a lot of them were Protestants, Northern Irish Protestants.
Yes.
And of course, they all lived up in the mountains, and King William of Orange was their hero. Billy from the hills.
Hillbilly.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's the origin of it.
That's amazing. I've also always really loved how bluegrass music and Irish music have that same kind of feeling of this is the worst thing that you could possibly have happen in your life. And I'm singing about it to a song you can dance to.
That's right.
It's like this is like the stuff that's happening to me. Let's get up and dance about it. Let's play some fast, fun music. What else are you gonna do?
Well,
songs to get up.
I drowned her, but I diddly I dum.
Diddly I'll sing while I'm drowning her. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Oh my God, what a
lot of that was the music of again Ireland, England, Scotland, Wales, and a lot of the bluegrass songs, like a lot of the older ones, Blackjack Davy, all that kind of stuff. I mean, you can find one that was in the 1400s in the child ballad book.
Right.
So Jesus is laying this on my heart now.
Oh.
What is the so the Mollys and the Bridies and the Jennifer, like with Celtic Connection? Tell me about the female voice in Irish music. What is there? Why is there? There's not a lot. It's one of my favorite things. So when I saw Jennifer playing with Celtic Connection, I know she's playing this weekend at the Canada Day upcoming thing in Paradise. She's my hero. Like to see her playing with a bunch of dudes and singing in harmony.
She's actually my cousin through marriage.
I love her. So I've never met her.
We're also related through alcohol. Just to let you know.
Never been in the same room with a woman, but looking up to people like the lady who plays with Flog and Molly, and there's not many. Who else? There's some really massive names, but it's kind of rare.
Irish female singer.
Just having that female vocal in
there's
the
so
Irish
many.
music.
There's Dolores Keane, there's Mary Black, there's
they're rare.
Frances Black, but there's a lot of them in Ireland, and they're really, really, really good, And it's a funny thing in Irish radio. you'll have someone say like Christy Moore. And Christy Moore will record a song like he did with Sunny Stream. Christy recorded, became a big hit.
And they think it's his.
Oh, well, that happens all the time anyway. That happens to me. I'll sing some song and they think it's mine, you know. And do I correct them?
Right.
Yeah.
Why would you?
But a thing used to happen, still does, with a lot of the female singers in Ireland, especially the bigger one, Maura O'Connell, as I say, Mary Black, Dolores Keane. They will all record a version of a hit folk song like Sunny Stream. Yeah. And it's like cooking spaghetti, you know, they just throw it at the wall and see which one sticks. So Mary Black might have a hit with Sunny Stream. And then Christy might record, I'm just using Christy as an example, he might record, you know, another song, have a hit with it, and then a little while later, all the girls will record that song again and just see which one sticks.
No way.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, Sunny's Dream, that's a great story. I'm not even going to synopsize it. I just said one part of it was, you know, they all recorded it. Like Christy recorded it, Mary Black recorded it, Dolores Keane recorded it, and then Mary Black and Dolores Keane and Emmylou Harris did a version of it, and that was the one that was the worldwide version. You know?
Absolutely. So, see, I would never have seen it that way.
Yeah, it's I mean, and that the journey of Sunny's Dream, the world journey of Sunny's Dream, started at the Rose and Thistle one night with Ron singing, a Scottish folk singer named Hamish Imlach was in the audience. In fact, he was the audience. Yeah. And he made him sing it over and over and over again until Hamish learned the song.
Wow.
And that's where that extra, all the Christy and all the girls, there's an extra verse in there.
Right. Yeah, where he goes to the grave.
But that was Hamish that wrote that.
Yeah.
Because not enough people had, well, no, because not enough people had died in the song, so you know, as a true Scottish folk singer songwriter, he said, "I'll kill them all off in this next verse."
Oh my God! Do you ever play Sunny's Dream?
I do. I love the song.
Listen, we could keep you here forever.
I know.
But we gotta finish up so we can.
Do you think we could? Can we do Sunny's Dream? Would that be okay?
I'll
put it wherever.
Do you sing it? Go on, you sing it. What key?
I do it up here. I do it way up.
Okay, what key are we way up in? Or G, okay.
I just plays it in 7. I got the
G7, that'll do it.
G and D and C and stuff like that.
Yeah, fire away.
I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy this.
Can I do rhythm on this and you do the diddly diddlies?
Extra charge for diddly.
No problem. No
Absolutely.
problem. Make it happen. So Kevin, I do have a lovely parting gift for you. We usually do mugs, but we don't have any. We won't have it till later in the week. But here's a shirt.
Excellent.
And here's a CD.
Excellent.
Thank you so much for being on the show. And let's send away with a little
Again, you know, anytime.
Oh my God.
I live up the road, like, you know.
That seat is open for you absolutely anytime you want to come in. And so if you want to see Kevin, of course, he's at Folk Night tomorrow night, and you can see him Tuesdays and Sundays down at Broderick's on George, and everywhere. He's around.
Always around.
And he'll come to your house for massive amount of money.
Send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Kevin.
Many $1,000 bills.
With your keys.
With your keys. All right.
Go on, this will be great.
But Sonny always remembers what it was his mama said. Oh, Sonny, don't go away. I am here all alone. Your daddy's a sailor who never comes home, and the nights get so long, and the silence goes on, and I'm feeling so tired. I'm not all that strong. 100 miles to town. Sonny's never been there, but he goes to the highway and stands there and stares. And the mail comes at 4, and the mailman is old, but he still dreams his dreams full of silver and gold. Oh, Sonny, don't go away. I am here all alone. Your daddy's a sailor who never comes home, and the nights get so long, and the silence goes on, and I'm feeling so tired. I'm not all that strong. Sonny carries a load, though he's barely a man. It ain't a whole lot to do, still he does what he can, and he watches the sea from a room by the stairs, and the waves keep on rolling. They've done that for years. Oh, Sonny, don't go away. I am here all alone. Daddy's a sailor who never comes home, and the nights get so long, and the silence goes on, and I'm feeling so tired. I'm not all that strong. Sonny's dreams can't be real. They're just stories he's read. They're just stars in his eyes. They're just dreams in his head. And he's hungry inside for the wide world outside. And I know I can't hold him, though I've tried and I've tried and I've tried. Oh, Sonny, don't go away. I am here all alone. Daddy's a sailor who never comes home, and the nights get so long, and the silence goes on, and I'm feeling so tired. I'm not all that strong. Oh, Sonny, don't go away. I am here all alone. Daddy's a sailor who never comes home, and the nights get so long, and the silence goes on, and I'm feeling so tired. I'm not all that strong. Well, holy shitballs.
Did you say that on the radio?
One, so we get one.
We
We
get
get
one.
one. Kevin, what an honor it has
Oh, that was
been.
great.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you, anytime.
So we'll finish up with, we'll do some Irish Rovers
We'll,
here. and,
we'll put some Irish
walk it
Rovers
out.
on. Oh my
The year of
God.
our Lord.
We'll be back.
Or whatever.
Kevin, this was amazing. Safe home, buddy. Thank you. And anytime.
I'm
The door's open
going
here.
downtown.
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 Isn't that amazing? I'm going to a wake. Isn't that
Well,
fantastic?
I could
need
be
to
going
change
to a
my
wake,
shirt.
I'm sure.
That's close enough. We'll be
yes.
back.
But safe home, and we'll be right back on the Mulberry Creek Hour. Oh my God. Well, thank you so much. I really meant for you to sing it.
Oh,
I just both
that's
heard the
grand.
whole thing.
That's grand.
That was
It's nice that
beautiful.
you sang it.
It
but
was
we
so
gotta-
fun. Sometimes Ron comes in the room and says, "Here you go. Here's a gift. You're in the room with Kevin Evans. Why don't you make the list?"
I'll tell you my best Ron Hines story sometime.
Okay,
It's
this is not for public viewing.
Oh, no, everybody knows it. Or, well, I shouldn't say everybody knows it, but I tell it every chance I get, but it's long. And it's
We'll save that for the next episode.
Absolutely.
of the Mulberry Creek
hilarious. Okay, oh, let's see, I'll put that
Yes, yes,
in.
yes, yes.
It doesn't say cunt on it, does it?
It does not. It just says that's
Oh,
all.
for God's sake. I didn't get the good shirt
And
then.
make you one of those too.
Yes, we should make one of those.
I'm taking
There
that.
you go. That one has some swear words in the very first song.
Oh, does
We
it?
didn't bleep them out on the. It
Have you
has
guys-
cunt in it, doesn't it?
Have you guys played up at this place yet? What do they call it? The Edge of Avalon?
No.
The inn?
No.
Supposed-
Is that in Trepassey?
Yes.
We had a gig, and had somebody was going to join us, and they didn't want us to do as a three-way, as a threesome. So we were like, well, then we're not coming up, and we're a duo. It was so funny because it was a moot point. But
You should call
anyway,
her again. I don't know if it's the same girl.
yes,
but
yeah,
I know she's
the Amelia Earhart museum thing.
No, what's her name? Let me just get, because she only got in touch with me. She said, look, if you know anybody.
Corkadale. What's her name? Genevieve.
Lou, no, her name is, come on now. Leslie Ann Corrigan.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know that name.
Yeah, so there you go.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, we
Write
would have.
it down, Leslie Ann Corrigan.
Leslie Ann Corrigan.
And they're just starting to book the place.
No kidding.
So she said if I knew anybody.
Where's the Edge of
pass it on.
Avalon? That's in
In
Trepassey.
Trepassey, yeah.
Yeah, we love
It's
it.
an inn.
We got a ton of
Rooms
friends.
included, meals included, $200 each.
Really?
Yep.
Trepassey, who would have known?
Who
We'll
would've known?
absolutely check that out. Kevin will be down to see you very soon. Probably not tonight because of the funeral, honey, but But we'll be at Folk Night for sure.
Yes, thank you very much.
Oh, yeah, tomorrow night would be great. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you.
Thanks very much for asking. I do appreciate it.
Yes, thank
Anytime.
you for being.
Yeah.
Okay, you know
Well,
where
you
you're going?
anytime. You know where I am.
You know where you're going from here?
Thank you, Kevin.
I go out that way.
Yep, back that way, and then straight
Yeah.
through, straight through, and that option. Good luck.
See ya. Well, this might be a show that I watch back happily. That was amazing. That was amazing. I swear I meant for him to sing it, and I might join in on harmony. That was. You don't know until you ask, right? You never know. The answer is always no if you don't ask. Remember that.
Okay, so look, I gotta do this thing really quick. Hang on.
Song's over.
So we're not. You want to bring your mic over? I gotta do it on PSA in a second.
Okay. What time we
24
got?
seconds.
Oh, we got 20 minutes. So we're laughing.
Yeah.
That was so fun. What a sweetheart.
So I gotta do a PSA.
I think we exclusively deal with nice musicians, don't we?
It was very lovely.
Yeah.
Okay. Daybreak Healthy Baby Club is a free support group for pregnant youth ages 21 and under. Information on pregnancy is provided and discussed, along with a meal and a nutritional supplement certificate. The group takes place weekly on Tuesdays 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. and Thursdays 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Registration is required. Please call Crystal or Florence at 726-8373. This has been a public service announcement of 93.5 CHMR FM. I was just singing this today.
Are they going to do the breakdown? Sing something with Kevin Emily.
Oh, something else. I got it recorded. They saw it. Okay, we're back in 4 seconds.
All right.
Okay, ready.
Welcome back to the CHMR Mulberry Creek Hour. I just forgot where I am.
Wherever we are.
Oh man, that was such an experience. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Partial part of what I did, because that was phenomenal. I love that.
Kevin is such
amazing.
a nice guy.
He really is, and he's very supportive. And considering how long he's been in the industry, like what a badge of honor to even call him a friend. He really is spectacular, and he's so supportive, and he's always got like such a good energy about him. I just love him. So that was really great today.
So people can see him tomorrow night at the Ship at Folk Night, and then
With Rick Barron.
Going forward, he's always at Broderick's. He's just I think he's got an apartment upstairs at Broderick's, and he just comes down and plays, and then goes back to his apartment.
They're so good.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we went down there last Friday or Saturday and had
stocked up.
so much food, and
got a table, and we met the loveliest gentleman. We shared it, which happens in Irish pubs. We shared a table. There was this big bench, kind of, big
long table,
lots of
big
seating,
family table.
Lots of seating up close to the stage, and there's actually like way into the back. There's lots of tables. So if you don't want to be like up front, lots of space down there. And Caitlin and Will and Darcy and Ann have done such a beautiful job making a space for some music. I know there's lots of other places. That's not to downplay anyone else, but I really adore Broderick's because it's a musician's bar.
Yeah, it's a great place.
It's designed by musicians for musicians to, not just for the audience to enjoy it, but it's a great spot for musicians as well, because Darcy is just so respectful of people, and he's just good and lovely people.
Just good people.
So I just want to share this. I don't know if I said this on the show last week. I don't know. I think it happened in between last week's show and this one. For the Grace of Joe, we republished with all the real names, and it hit the Amazon bestseller list last week, which is
pretty friggin' fantastic and exciting.
It's amazing, and from just like a little tweak in some of the marketing stuff, like we did like this much, and then to get that, so I saw it was in the top 100 bestsellers on Amazon, which is, and so I found this. That's
the big website. I don't know if people know, but there's a lot of books.
There's a handful of people on there.
There's a lot of books.
Yeah. So I don't know if you're a big listener to CHMR, which we are. We listen to it more than ever before. Especially on the way in. There's a show that comes on just before ours. It's called
The Outlet Hour.
The Outlet Hour. I couldn't tell you the host's name if you like put toothpicks under my fingernails. Couldn't tell you the name of the lady. But she talks about things like she talks a lot about social media. She seems to be a little bit younger than me, and she talks about Book Talk and Bookstagram and BookTube. which are like alternate versions. They're on the same websites, but you put like hashtag book talk, hashtag on Instagram. It's got all these different things. I didn't know about that. And we came in for a show about maybe a month ago, and she was talking about how she reads a lot of books, and she's just on there reading books and recommending them and doing reviews. And I was like, book talk, never heard of it. So of course, being the dinosaur that I am, I went and went on the old Google machine and looked it up. And so we've put some stuff on there. And what I found out, there's, you need to find your market. Someone on Facebook posted the other day that like a bottle of water you can get at Costco for 25 cents, but at a festival it costs $5. So you need to go where you're valued, is the point, is the moral of the story. So what I found out on TikTok, not on any other platform, on TikTok, the hashtag Trisomy13 has 5 million?
Yeah.
Is it 5 or 15?
I think you told me it was 15
million. It's 15 million. 15 million posts on TikTok about trisomy 13, and it's not anywhere else. Facebook is not a big topic, but you can go on TikTok and you can actually see people tell their stories. They do some awareness. There's a lot of ultrasound technicians that have stuff on there for some reason about what they find when they go to ultrasound school, and different advice about what happens when the doctor gives you a diagnosis and they rush to termination, and there's a whole lot of stuff that happens. And it was one of the most amazing experiences that happened to me just last night. I didn't know that there was a community around trisomy 13. It's a 1 in 10,000 chance that your baby would have it. And so, it's astronomical. We should have bought more lottery tickets when we were pregnant with Joe, because it was just an astronomical number but it happens. And 1 in 10,000, when you think about it, there's 8 billion people on the planet. There's a lot of babies, and some of them survive. Now, some of them don't do great. But I just found it really inspiring that...
It's not just us.
Inspiring is not the word. I felt connected. It resonated with me that, it's okay to tell your story. And so that whole idea of sharing your story and writing your story down and publishing it kind of grabs me sometimes, because, for 5 years, this book was out for literally 5 years. I was afraid people would read it. Even though I had changed all the names, I was afraid of all the details that I shared, and because it was a very vulnerable thing that we shared. And Josh helped edit, and he wrote a chapter. We did an audiobook, and I was still afraid to tell anybody about the book. And when we shifted gears, and I found out that there was a community, and I just decided to honor the story that we lived through, and honor the story of my son, and my own story. That just to toot my own horn for a second, toot. But it took a little bit of guts to share it. And I hid away. I ran and cowered like a scald cat. But anyway, when we shifted gears a little tiny bit and decided to get behind the story and share it and be proud of it and understand that it helps other people, everything shifted. Top 100. It's number 60 of the top 100 Amazon bestsellers.
That's amazing.
It's amazing.
Congratulations,
so,
huh?
Now, thank you very much. Congratulations to you too for
marrying you.
I wasn't going to say it, but since you did. And also, if you want to support what we do, of course we do. The CHMR is a college radio station. So this is not pay the big bucks, let me tell you. You can actually have your own show. You could do training here at CHMR. You could have your own show. So just say you like monster trucks. I don't know, and you want to meet monster truck drivers? I don't know. What are you into?
There's a lot of those here.
Basket weavers, whatever you're into. If you want to do a show with if you speak a different language, it does not need to be in English. We have a whole load of immigrants here in Newfoundland. If you want to do a show in your own language, you can do that. You can have guests in and speak in your own language. You can do interviews over Skype or over Zoom. You can do pre-recorded shows. They show you how to do all of it. I'm just saying. Yeah. There's platforms.
And we are also, if you don't know already, streaming live on our Facebook page at the Mulberry Creek Hour. So every show we do on every Tuesday evening,
you
can watch us and see our beautiful faces.
You can see it on Facebook or on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel it's just youtube.com/Mulberry Creek. And also, these are the reason I'm telling you about the book and the CD is because that's how you can actually support, us eating and whatnot.
These specific local artists.
Living as hippies, hippie artists. The new EP is available at Fred's Records, at O'Brien's. It's at the Battery Cafe, and you can get it directly from us. Mulberry Creek is the first ever EP. Who would have ever guessed that we'd do that? What are we doing next, Joshua?
Well, we can play another song, and then we'll come back and finish up our show. We got 10 minutes left. Let's do it.
Whatever you
want.
Let's
do another Irish song.
Sure.
This is Warlike Lads of Russia from the Navigators.
thought that Boca was Sonic Dream.
No, it was fantastic.
I didn't even cry.
Yeah, it sounded really great.
That last verse always gets me, but I didn't cry this time, which is good. It's a good step, right? That hearing about Kevin playing in the circuit, being in the same place as the Irish Rovers, and then eventually they share similar outlooks and just started playing together.
Yeah.
We're kind of like that.
Yeah.
We were kind of in the same area for a little while, living in the same house and whatnot. And you'd play music, you'd play your guitar in a room, and I'd play in a different room and
play your little songs.
Go off and play your little songs, and of course you get to know the songs that your partner knows how to play, right? It becomes a soundtrack. Oh my God, she's doing landslide again. Blech.
No, never.
But eventually we started playing together, and we're kind of get this little community going, like people that have wanted to play with us and stuff. And I think that's starting to happen.
And we got lots of gigs coming up over the next few weeks. Lots
of gigs. We just got invited to the Brigasville Festival, which we're thrilled about. Harbour Grace Regatta is another one. We're playing at George Street. I can't even about the George Street one. That's going to be fantastic. It's on a Tuesday, so it's going to be mostly Wednesdays. The George Street Summer Series is going on. It's mostly Wednesdays, but on our date, on July 25th, it's actually a Tuesday, just before the George Street Festival starts up. So I'm just saying that when the George Street Festival starts up this year and goes right up until Regatta Day, hopefully the weather holds and we actually get our Wednesday. But that week, so we're playing on Tuesday. Just picture this. Just visualize this with me. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Alan Doyle, same stage. Standing in the same place where I'm going to be on July 25th. So I'm just saying, last year it was like, oh, if I could get on George Street stage. And then we did. And then this year it's been like 3 days apart.
And also...
Couldn't be further apart. I mean, when I lived in St. Philip's, we were like one of the poorest families in St. Philip's, and we lived next to literally one of the 5th richest families. They were amazing people, but like the disparity was obvious, and this is similar to that. We are on Tuesday, Alan and Corey and Kendall and Chris and Shahab and...
So we're opening for them.
Just 3 days in advance. I'm just saying, closer. Getting closer all the time. I'm imagining by the time, before he retires, I want to sing with Alan again. Before he retires. Hi, Denny. Thanks for joining us, sweetheart. Did you see Kevin?
We got 10 seconds.
How amazing was he? Oh, my God. I can't wait for you to come back. So hopefully you're going to be here for the 25th of July show, because it's going to be amazing. Welcome back to the Mulberry Creek Hour. I'm Vicki Morgan, and you are listening. That was The Navigators. And if you were here about 20 minutes ago, it was Kevin Evans, right here in the studio.
The Kevin Evans.
Right here in town.
Right there on the Wikipedia page for the Irish Rovers.
So if you're in this kind of world of radio shows and interviewing musicians and, doing profiles and things like that, you can be in Newfoundland, you can sit here on this little tiny rock in the Atlantic and say, the next time a visiting band comes in like Whitesnake or Quiet Riot or Alanis Morissette or Steve...
The Verve Pipe.
Tell me a Steve.
Steve Vai.
I don't know who that is.
He's a guitar player.
Either way. Yeah, so you can wait until musicians come here, like the ones that are touring through, and Steve Earle. Now we've got Nick Earle here in town, who's better than Steve Earle as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, you can see these people if you want to go to George Street or if you want to go downtown. You can go see them for like $5-10, or you can just get a radio show. Have them come in. I'm just saying that like the international superstars, some of them live right here in this province.
That's right.
And it's just a matter of saying, hey, Maureen Ennis, I know you're on a tour going all over to Ireland and the Gallipoli and all those places. Oh, they did. They went to Memorial for...
it's just a funny word. It just makes me smile.
Nobody in Newfoundland would agree with you. Gallipoli is not one that makes any of us smile. But anyway, you have these international Alan Doyle, Maureen Ennis, Kevin Evans, the Irish Descendants, the Navigators. Like these are... You don't realize sometimes what a gift it is to be in this province. And so it's a nice little touchdown. It's like a touchstone. Like you're in the water and it's all murky and you just touch a rock and you go, oh, there you go. There's the bottom. Is that what a touchdown is?
Sure.
It's a touchdown to say how lucky we are to be here. And
it's the big leagues.
To have this live broadcast every week. Do you know we're actually live broadcasting to the fives and fives from here to... what's that car dealership on Kmart Road?
From here to Avalon Ford.
From here to Avalon Ford. Loud and clear, babies. That should be the tagline for CHMR. Someone said last week, Josh yawned. This has been with me all week, so I just want to share this because I can. Last week, Josh yawned.
There's not enough oxygen in this room.
And someone commented and said, I think you sucked all the air out of the room from talking so much. So I'm not going to talk now. And a few weeks before that, someone was a guest on the show, and they shared the show, which we really appreciate. Like, thanks for all the shares. Thanks for all the love and the comments. It boosts the algorithm, and, you know, it's good to know that people like what we're doing. Anyway, someone shared the show, and someone commented. They watched the show, and they commented, buddy, I know she can't talk. What does that mean? I don't care. I don't care. It's not going to stop me.
You do like to talk, and I like hearing you talk, and that's why we have a radio show, because you get to talk about your interests.
It's just funny that when you find something that you like doing and you get excited about it, sometimes there are people that'll come along and step on your neck and hold you under the water and say, Mrs., you can't be at that. Girls can't do that. And you know what? Yes, they friggin' can. They absolutely can. And guess what? I want to keep doing it. So
we'll be back next week.
If, you know, whatever. At least they're here to complain. Is that a good... No, that's not a good way to look at it. Stop complaining about people. That's all. It's okay to talk. What, are we reading comments?
I was just reading comments on Facebook. What are we... Listen, we got 4 minutes left.
What do you guys... Oh, let's do a song.
Do a song. Grab your guitar.
Play a song.
Grab your guitar.
You want to play something?
I'm not ready to play anything.
Fine.
Grab your guitar.
All right. I'm not going to say no, because I love this stuff.
That's right.
It's okay to love stuff.
No, she can't sing.
It's okay to be excited about stuff, because guess what? Every single note I play gets me that much closer to the things that make me happy. This makes me happy. And that's the path to get more stuff, to do more stuff that makes you happy.
That's it. What are you going to play?
Believe it or not. It's like a little string. Like, you know that string that you pull on in a sweater and it unravels the whole thing? Doing things that make you happy is like pulling on that string. It brings out all the other stuff you love, because happiness brings you more. Happiness begets happiness.
That's right.
It's been a good week. It's been a really good week. It's been fantastic. So this one's for Paul. I know. You're shocked that I said that. This is called, I call it, I Thought You Liked Me. Josh calls it That's All, and went and made shirts. By the way, I just want to mention, not only do we make these things that you can purchase on Bandcamp or Amazon, Josh made this shirt.
So the people that are listening on the radio can't see it.
You know those East Coast style shirts?
East Coast lifestyle.
Well, Josh designed a shirt and it says, I'm not from here. Established 2006, that's the year we met. Isn't that adorable? You can get that Cricut SVG on our Etsy page. For the low, I don't know how much it is. But anyway, isn't that adorable? I made this shirt, but I can't tell you on the radio what it says. This is for the viewers only.
It's got a swear word in it.
It's got a swear word in it, and it's a little reminder when you go out in public places.
How to act.
And it's a low bar. If you're just not one of these, you're doing great. That's
listen,
all. Anyway.
We're going to do That's All, right?
Yeah, why not? It was in the wrong key. Ready?
Let's do it.
Okay. I should use a pick for this one. Thank you again to Kevin Evans. In case we don't have time when we come back, thank you, Kevin. And we have some other guests coming up in the next few weeks that are going to blow your mind. Like, not even, like,
Big
this
time.
show is amazing. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. Okay. I thought you liked me. That's all. No hard feelings, no regrets, no mistakes and no dead pets. I thought you liked me. That's all. I thought you liked me. That's all. Dress was pretty like my hair. Hit the notes, wished you were there. I thought you liked me. That's all. I thought you liked me. That's all. Loved you back and made some plans. Lost my way, I'm not your stand. I thought you liked me. That's all. I thought you liked me. That's all. You're on shore, each day is hers. Family man who does the chores. I thought you liked me. That's all. You've got your life and I've got mine. In 5 weeks' time, my time to shine. Talk to you then. I can love you then. I can wait till then. I thought you liked me. That's all. Half your heart ain't much at all. Even less if I had to crawl. I thought you liked me. That's all. you liked me. I thought you liked me. I thought you liked me. That's all. What else we got? It is pretty close to 6 o'clock. This was the Mulberry Creek Hour. I'm Vicki Morgan, and it is my honor of my life to be here every single week. Tuesdays at 5 o'clock, Mulberry Creek Hour. Thank you, Josh Morgan, for working the board and producing and keeping me on track and mopping me up and propping me up and all the things you do.
And just like your shirt. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Thanks for listening. Safe home. Homemade shirts. Homemade shirts. It's been a good week.
See you, folks.
Been a good week. Thank you, everybody, for watching. The show will be on YouTube afterwards. If you want to go over, hop over to that platform. We'll share a link. And make sure you check out Kevin Evans. And support nice people. If you like what people are doing, let them know. Send a message. You know what I mean? Reach out to people. Reach out to anybody. I got another friggin' funeral to go to today. It's sad stuff, right? We're not here forever. We're here to be kind to each other. Believe it or not, we are here to be kind to each other. And so, yeah, keep at it. Keep doing that stuff. And thank you for watching. And we'll see you next week.